Okay, so this is probably one of the most useful things I've found with playing around with AI stuff so far, and that is using it to generate my comments, because I really don't like comments that much. I usually get decent information, I'm good at collecting data, but having to write out comments from that data I find a bit more tricky. So let's see how we could do that with Claude. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell it how I want stuff formatted. So I'm using Claude, by the way. You could use ChatGPT. I just think this is quite good for working with spreadsheets. It seems to be a little bit better, at least at the moment, but it's up to you. You can try it in different systems to see what happens. So anyway, so I'm going to start by telling it what kind of information I want to be included. So I'm basically telling it the situation. So I want some, I've got some student grades, and I want you to make the comments based on those grades. Likewise, I want you to follow a very specific structure that we use in our school. It's quite a simple structure, but it's really just a nice, clear way to pass on the information to the students. So I've seen other schools, there's lots of writing and very verbose, but it doesn't actually say much. I quite like the way we do it here because it's just clean and tidy and gets to the point. So anyway, I'm going to take that information and I'm going to give that to Claude. Boom. I'm also going to give it a sample of some existing comments that I did before. So I'm going to take basically one class full of comments and pass that to Claude as well. Now, I'm not going to show you what those comments are, just because it's got some kids' names on it. The other data I'm working with doesn't have kids' names on it. Okay, so that's going to be uploaded there. So we get the comments for this class, and I've told it what I want to do. And hopefully, okay, so then it basically says, tell me what you want to be doing. Now, these have different topics, so hopefully it's still going to work, because my year 10s have a different set of topics from my other year group. So to do that, I go to my gradebook. Now, this is just what I took down from Google Classroom. I did some calculations myself, but I think every teacher will have more or less a whole bunch of information on their students from different exams and other such things. So hopefully this will work. Now, these names have been changed to not incriminate the guilty. Sorry, they're very kind of Western names, but not really what I was thinking, but it just was easier. And then we've got the different stuff from the kids. So I'm going to download that. Now, very important here, I'm not going to download it as a spreadsheet, okay, because it's quite hard for it to read a spreadsheet, it seems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download it as a CSV file. And that's like a really simple, trimmed down way of writing stuff, of storing a spreadsheet. It's just text and commas, as opposed to an Excel spreadsheet that's got a lot more going on with it. Okay, so now that it's got that information, or now that it's downloaded, I can hopefully go to Claude, and I can give it that CSV file. So where are we? Okay, report comments, example. Okay, so then, here they are. I often find myself being really polite with the AI, which is worrying. Okay, and then fingers crossed, once it's processed it, it then generates the comments for each student. Now, the important thing here is that it's generating comments for each student based off of the grades that I gave it. So it's looking at the grades, and then it's going to come up with a bunch of comments that go with each student. Now, you don't have to settle with what it's got, though. That's the thing. You can ask it to do other stuff with it once it's finished. Sorry, just going to take a wee sec. Hey, good. So I can say, good, thank you. Now, I could ask it to do other stuff, like try and make it more formal, less formal. It's maybe not great with what I've got here. But let's see, what happens if I ask it to do it more or less formal? Can you make more formal, please? Let's see what it does. Okay. Okay, so it's coming up with other language that it's going to use to go with it. Personally, I wouldn't use a lot of these stuff. It's a bit over the top, but some of them are quite good. So you need to play around with it. It's not a case of you just give it the stuff. And obviously, you've got to have the good data to begin with. So if you're not recording your grades well, or you're just trying to make stuff up on the fly, it's going to be much harder than if you were doing it based off of grades. But you can see I'd probably go with the first set that I generated, these ones here, and I can just copy those one by one into our system, or if you get a system that you can upload it to, you could ask it to format in a certain way. But yeah, I'd say one of the most useful things so far that I've been doing with this, and it's been quick. Alrighty, any questions, just let me know.